Franklin TV Sports presents exciting Franklin High School boys lacrosse. Today on a 49-degree day in Franklin, the Franklin High Panthers, undefeated on the season at 4-0, take on the Bulldogs of Canton, who come to town with a record of 2-4. Hi neighbors, and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside producing today is Meredith Robertson. Franklin 4-0, but Canton has won its last 4 games. Franklin has not lost to Canton in about 4 or 5 years, and it'll look like they'll be a favorite today. But as Coach Chris Baker told me before the game, you can't go to sleep on the Canton Bulldogs. They're red hot. They've had wins against Attleboro, at Canton, on the road at Oliver Ames, on the road at Wayland, and on the road at Taunton. In fact, Canton defeated Taunton in a comparable score to Franklin's victory over Taunton. Canton took it 16-0, and Franklin took its game over Taunton 18-0. So it should be a great matchup. The coaching matchups: Chris Baker for Franklin and Tommy Galvin is the head coach for Canton. He is a Canton grad in his 3rd year. He also is a graduate of Assumption College. He brought some of his Assumption teammates along with him to Canton to coach. The officials for today's game are Jim Carbonneau and Stephen Steinsaltz. The Panthers digging in for the opening faceoff. It's on the turf, and it's still loose, and now it's going to be picked up on the run by the Franklin High Panthers. And drawing it there was Flynn Baker, the coach's son and one of the captains. Franklin takes it down behind the goal as we start this one. 4 12-minute periods. This is a Hockomock League matchup between the Division I Panthers and the Division II Canton Bulldogs. Canton plays in the Davenport Division, Franklin and Kelly Rex. Canton with a school enrollment around 800 to 900. Franklin, its first offensive series. With it is check that out. It was Jack O'Connor. There's the shot and the goal. It didn't take long for Franklin to light it up, and the goal is made by Thomas Quinn. Quinn opens up the scoring here with only 52 seconds gone, and Thomas Quinn makes it 1-0 Franklin. Goal comes at 11:08. So Quinn unleashed a wicked shot there, and it went right through, and it went past their goalkeeper. And for the Bulldogs, check that out for you. That is, let's see, we'll have that for you in just a second. It's Jack Levis. He's only a sophomore. Levis is their goalkeeper, only a sophomore. Coach Galvin told me his team is very young, especially on offense. And now Canton has it for the first time in the offensive zone. They get off a good shot, a save by Friedman on the low ball there by Cullen O'Brien. He's their best player, number 17 for the Bulldogs, and he unleashed the low ball, and Friedman made the stop to prevent the tie. On the breakout for the Bulldogs is Quinn Keelty. Down low, ball is saved. There's the stop there by Levis, and the Bulldogs quickly flip the field. 1-0, Franklin in the early going. So glad you're with us here on Franklin TV, and we're streaming on YouTube. Canton will take it up. 22 is Nolan Harney. He'll take it behind the Franklin goal. Picked up there by Quinn. Harney, double team, gets a shot behind his back, and a foul called against Canton. And the Franklin Panthers will go back on offense. And the ball is loose. And a turnover. A turnover picked up in there by Cam Conley. Still battling. This looks like it's going to be a very physical game. There's the blast again by their great player, Cullen Bryan. It's wide. O'Brien, and the Panthers will go back to clear it. Franklin holding on, but two good looks as Friedman sends it out on the right wing to Flynn Baker. Baker shakes off a defender, carries it over the midfield stripe, still holds on. Now he gets it further deep on the right wing. With it for the Panthers is Jack O'Connor. 1-0. Now for the Panthers is Seamus Conlon. Panthers looking to get into their structured play here on the offensive end. For the Panthers, Nate Walsh. Walsh going to work. 360 move by Walsh, whips it on the sideline. It's bobbled there for a moment by Charlie Ballerino, and Ballerino recovers for the Panthers. Now they take it down, coming around, and having it knocked out. He tries to kick it in, was Jordan Gaspar. I don't know if that's legal. He tried to boot it in. I guess it is. Ball is turned over to the Bulldogs. 8:25 to go here in the first period. This should be a good game. Had a chance to talk to both coaches. We'll tell you about those conversations later. Player goes down, gets the ball off, the rebound in front. What a nice save by the Panthers. A beautiful save by Flynn Baker. He really helped the Panther defense there. Baker with the recovery. Yeah, talking to Coach Chris Baker before the game, he said, look, we cannot afford to play slow in the first period or so like they did against Foxborough. He was not happy with the early game against Foxborough. Then the Panthers came to life. And by the way, they were inspired by a lot of alums who were back helping out on the sideline, including Matt Lazaro, Will Davis, Jake Davis. They were all helping him coach that team to a victory over Foxborough. What a dandy that was on Monday night. Franklin wins it 10-8. Lazaro is here today, as is the Davis boys. Quinn looking for goal number 2, just wide, and it eludes the goalkeeper on the play, Jack Levis. And it's going to be another save by Levis, and he's going to start it out. Ball is dropped. Franklin digging for it. And it's picked up in there by Thomas Quinn. What a start he's had today with a goal and a couple of loose ball rebounds. In front, the shot, the beautiful pass, and the goal by Gordon Gaspar. Franklin makes it 2-0. But how about the pass by Quinn? He's got an assist and a goal here today. Gaspar scores it. And that goal comes at 6:58. 2-0 Franklin. Gaspar with his first goal. Beautiful pass, and Jordan makes it 2-0. So a nice start for Franklin. The face-off now at midfield. Ball squirts loose. Trying to take it for the Panthers. Check on that for the Panthers. Number I do not have on the roster. Maybe somebody up from JV. It might have been Owen Essam. Ball goes back to Canton. 6:35 to go. Franklin 2. Canton no score. Drive upfield by the Bulldogs, looking to get on the board for the first time. And with it there was Brody Baldiga. Now it's out deep for Braden Dickey. Ball is turned over, and the Panthers come out with it. This is Gaspar. No, I'm sorry. That was not Gaspar. That was Drew McCarthy, the other captain. Quickly, the Panthers have it in the offensive zone, looking for the third goal of the game. They'll backpedal it out. Seamus Conlon. Just over midway through the first period. Conlon holding. Conlon dancing, maneuvering, gets by one. He's going to shoot. It is going to be wide. Franklin right there for the rebound. Jack Fairweather. Franklin with some trouble, taking a hit there, working hard for the Panthers. I believe that was Cole McInerney. No, I'm sorry. That was Charlie Ballerino. Franklin gets it around now low for Fairweather. Fairweather loops it around, can't get the shot off. Still, it's knocked out of his hands and picked up by Levis in goal for the Bulldogs with exactly 5 minutes to go in the first period. This is the goalkeeper coming way out. He leaves the goal unattended, and a whistle stops play, and a timeout called by Coach Tommy Galvin. I don't know if he liked the fact his goalkeeper was 35 yards away from his own goal. So he calls the timeout, and it'll give us a chance to recap the Franklin season. For the Panthers, they opened at home against Oliver Ames, and they won in a big one, 19-1 back on April 2nd. Then Franklin went on the road on April 7th at Milford. They won there against the Scarlet Hawks 15-4. Back home on the 10th, Franklin over Taunton 18-0. That was a rout. And then just on Monday, the great game, Franklin pulls it out at the end. They win it over Foxborough 10-8. Looking at the Franklin schedule, the remaining portion of the season, I believe they have, after today, 15 games remaining, and 8 of those will be against non-conference foes. I asked Coach Baker about that this afternoon, and he said, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for that kind of competition. You have teams like Shrewsbury. They'll be here Saturday. We'll have that game for you on Franklin TV. That's an 11 o'clock face-off. Then another non-conference game on the 26th. So that's a week break, and that's against Bishop Feehan. That's a 10 a.m. game on the 26th. And then Franklin returns for 2 Hockomock League matchups before taking on Catholic Memorial at CM on May 3rd. That should be a great game. So just some of the 8 remaining non-conference games for the Franklin High Panthers. 4:54 to go here in the first period. Franklin leads it 2-0. Levis, now he's back in his traditional goal, and he has the ball for the Bulldogs. I'm sorry, now he has it. He loops one. It's caught. Franklin with some pressure in the offensive end, trying to get a steal. It's on the turf, banging around, and Franklin wins it. The steal there by Drew McCarthy. Here come the Panthers. Ball is loose. Franklin trying to get it. It's McCarthy who comes up with it. And Franklin will get into its set-off, and now a whistle stops play, a violation against the Panthers. And the Bulldogs will have it deep in their own end. Under 4.5 to go in the first period. Fast-moving first period, no penalties so far. For the Bulldogs, it's Brody Baldiga. Back to Levis. Again, he's out of his goal. He's leaving that unattended. See how that works for him throughout the game. To midfield. Digging for it for the Panthers. Seamus Conlon. Player goes down. No foul. Levis with the save. He releases on the right wing. Here come the Bulldogs again. Charging upfield is Nolan Harney. Harney drops it back for their talented player, Cullen O'Brien. Out to midfield. And a whistle stops play. Violation on the Bulldogs. Franklin will have it with 3:47 to go in the first. Low-scoring game here so far. It's Quinn Keelty controlling the offense for the Panthers. He gets one over on the right wing. Quinn. Quinn back to Conlon. Seamus Conlon, the senior. The move here by Keelty. Keelty, he's going to shoot, and the save by Levis, and the ball comes out deep. There's an injured Bulldog on the field. An injured Bulldog on the field. We can't quite get a number. Looks like number 8. And that would be Tyler Kelly, the senior. He's prone there on the field, and trainer Jen Edmonds from Franklin is out to attend to him. He's got his helmet off, as you can see. Took a hard blow, apparently. And play is stopped with 3:16 left on the Bassini Stadium scoreboard. 49 degrees, very windy here at the field today. It's a crosswind from the far side to the near side. It is really whipping. And so, still trying to gather himself is Tyler Kelly, the senior. Now he's on his knees. That's a good sign. And Kelly is up. So he'll walk off slowly under his own power. Trainer then right alongside. Trainer Jen right alongside. Coach Tommy Galvin, 2015 graduate of Canton. 3:16 to go here in the first period. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV. We're streaming on YouTube. Franklin will put it in play. Here's Seamus Conlon. Quinn. Down deep for Fairweather. Jack Fairweather. He goes down hard. No call. Play on. Levis out to make the save behind the net. Levis not a tall player. Bulldogs start over. Up on the right wing. Here comes Ben Wright. Wright with a head of steam. Takes it even with the goal. Now behind the goal. Nice leaping catch there by a Bulldog. Now it's turned over into the stick of Sam Friedman, the senior goalie for the Panthers. By the way, the JVs here won today, 8-2, I believe, 9-2. They're 6-0. That was the first 2 goals that the JV team has given up this season today. Game number 6. Battle for the ball. The Panthers come up with it. On the fly is Quinn in front. He dishes it off. The save by Levis. And Levis will start it out. And he gets his pass complete to Paul Mellon. Mellon out near midfield. Ball is on the turf. Digging for it. The Bulldogs have it. And it's stolen away off O'Brien. Panthers take a bump at 1:48 to go. Now it's sent forward. Panthers heavy contact. This has been a physical game here today. And for the Bulldogs, it's Nick Crow. Crow gets behind 2. He takes a hard hit. And now a whistle stops play. Let's see what they're going to call here. No penalties yet. 1:31 to go. The officials, Jim Carbonneau and Steve Steinsaltz. Play on, no penalty. The Bulldogs with it. They take it behind. With it there for the Bulldogs, I believe is Gavin Pouchard. Panthers digging in on defense. Out top with the rush there is Michael Sullivan. His shot is wide, but the Bulldogs will be first to the ball with 1 minute to go here in the first period. 2-0, Franklin. Nolan Harney. Down there, the shot, the save, rebound, charge. No score there. Now a penalty is going to be called. We'll see who it's going to be on. First flag of the game. Let's see who's going to go out. It looks like it's going to be a Panther. And it looks like it's going to be Drew McCarthy. And so Canton will play a player up. We'll see the time of how long the penalty is for. 44.3 seconds to go in the period. 2-0. Franklin holding on. It's going to be McCarthy for 1 minute. So he'll be in the penalty area for 1 minute, and Canton will have the player advantage for that time. And it doesn't matter if they score or not. They keep the penalty in the area for the entire minute. Penalized player. There's the shot there. Ball is to the back line, and Franklin will have it with 30 seconds to go. 47 on the penalty. So this penalty will carry over, and Friedman releases it the entire length of the field to the back line, trying to kill some clock, and he just let it rip the whole length of the field. From the 10 to the 10, 80-yard throw by Friedman. Still 16 seconds to go. So he wanted to, I guess, set up the Panther defense to try to kill off this last 16, 32 on the penalty to McCarthy. And now a timeout called. So a timeout called with 16 seconds to go. To recap the scoring, not a lot of it here today. Franklin opened up the scoring with 11:08 to go in the first period on a goal by Quinn. And Quinn opened it up there. Thomas Quinn, I should say. He opened it up there at 11:08, followed by a beautiful goal and an assist by Quinn to Jordan Gaspar. And he made it 2-0 at 6:58. So 2 goals about almost halfway through the period. But for the second half of this period, no goals. And so far, Canton has been kept off the board. So Franklin will be looking to dig in deep for the final 16 of this period, then the first 16 of the next period to kill off the penalty by Drew McCarthy. Looking at the Canton side of the ledger, they'll be playing next, just like Franklin, on Saturday. That would be the 24th, rather, of April, and they'll be playing at Weymouth. That's an 11 a.m. game on that one. Franklin will be playing this Saturday at 11 against Shrewsbury. So the Colonials will come to town. Non-conference game. We said 1 of 8 coming up for the Panthers in the second half of the season. 16 seconds to go. Play about to resume. It's going to be Franklin awarded the ball out deep. This is Quinn Keelty. Keelty glances at the clock, I believe. 6 seconds to go. Keelty is just going to kill the clock. He's going to run back. He's just going to go back deeper, and he's going to go to the sidelines. Nice move by Quinn Keelty. So there'll be 16 seconds on the remaining penalty for Drew McCarthy as we start the second period. Franklin, looking at the Franklin sports scene, the baseball team off to a slow start this year. I believe 1 victory, comeback victory over Bridgewater Raynham. Softball is about a game or so under 500, and looking for them to have a good season as well. Girls lacrosse with 1 loss. They're still undefeated. When you look at these 2 Franklin teams, boys and girls, I don't know when either team lost in a Hockomock League matchup. You have to go back a few years for that. You have to really like the girls' team playing so hard in the early going for Coach Kristen Igo-Garino. And they're rolling. And so we'll see if boys and girls can keep up the good work. Only 1 loss between them. That was Franklin girls in a non-conference matchup against powerhouse Westwood. So we're about to start the second period. The shadows beginning to creep across the field to the right. The sun still has a long way to go down, and we'll be playing most, if not all, of this game with, mostly sunlight. Some of the lower areas will be covered with shadow as the game progresses. It should not be a problem. 49 degrees and a very stiff wind blowing from across the fields to the near sideline. So it's a crosswind. Not sure it affects much play, but it is out there for the fans in the stands. And taking a look at the stands, pretty good smattering of crowd here. The bleachers have good occupancy, and a lot of fans have stood along the railing, guarding the perimeter of Piscini Stadium. We're about ready to lift off the second half. Franklin now will be going from left to right across your screens, and the Bulldogs of Canton going the other way. Pete Royce with you, Meredith Robertson at the controls. So happy to bring you Franklin Boys Lacrosse here in 2025. Here we go. And for the Bulldogs, they'll be on defense as Quinn Keelty, who had it to end the first quarter, starts the second period. Franklin with the ball in white. Keelty drops it back out for Nate Walsh. Walsh has Fairweather on his right, who gets the ball from Walsh. Jack zips it down low for Ballerino. Just underway here in the second period. With it is Thomas Quinn. Quinn takes a bump off the left shoulder with it. And they'll continue to set up their offense. Thomas Quinn. He has Keelty there. Quinn comes through. Ball is knocked out of his hands and picked up by Levis. Levis with a jump pass. It's picked up on the run finally by Nick Crow. This is Crow with it. And its ball is dropped and now stolen by the Panthers. Tyler Crandall, the senior defender. Crandall comes out deep to the midfield area. Hauled in there by Ethan Barnes. Barnes, one of the flag bearers to come out on the field before the game, along with Drew McCarthy, the Franklin school flag and Old Glory alongside as well. Kind of an interesting and strong display of patriotism and team spirit to start this contest. Here's Seamus Conlon. Conlon drops it there, the pass in front, the save on the blast by Fairweather. And the Bulldogs try to dig for it. It's loose on the turf, rolling, picked up by the Bulldogs on the run. This is Oysen Brogan. Brogan comes through, penalty marker down, delayed penalty coming. The shot is wide, and it's going to be another penalty for the Panthers. And let's see who's going to go off this time. I believe it's Nate Walsh. We'll confirm it in just a moment. A delayed call. And Franklin, which killed off the previous penalty, now has another player in the penalty box. And once again, it'll be a player advantage for the Bulldogs. In fact, it is Nate Walsh going out for 1 minute for the Panthers. Canton a player up now for this next minute. And with it is Pouchard. Sets it up on a pass, now it comes out further. Moving through, small player there. It's blocked and stolen by Flynn Baker. And a whistle stops play. Whistle stops play. They're going to give it to the Panthers. Baker made the steal on Franklin, for Franklin. 46 seconds to go on the penalty to Nate Walsh. Franklin will start it up, and here they go. Clock moving now. Charging upfield, Flynn Baker. Fairweather. Jack draws a couple of defenders, goes baseline. Taken there by a Panther around the back line. With it is Charlie Ballerino. Ballerino still holding, loops it off the right shoulder. Now it comes out to Quinn Keelty. Keelty with 15 to go on the penalty to Walsh. Franklin trying to kill it off right here. And Conlon with 6 seconds to go. Just holding it, waiting for Walsh to come back on. And here he comes with the penalty now up. Franklin back at even strength. 2 penalties on the Panthers, none so far against the Bulldogs. Walsh back in there. Here's Conlon. Seamus drops it for Walsh. He has it stolen, and here come the Bulldogs. On the fly, the ball is sprung loose. Going downfield, kicked by a Panther. Out to midfield, and now picked up by the previously injured Tyler Kelly. Good to see him back on the turf for Canton. Ball is advanced to the right wing. Now it rolls out of bounds, and Franklin will have it coming back with 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the second period. A low-scoring game, 2-0, Franklin on top. Franklin 4-0 on the season. Canton comes in with a mark of, check their mark, 4-2. 4 wins and 2 losses. Their last 4 games have been victories for the Bulldogs. Baker drops it for Thomas Quinn at midfield. Quinn, the junior midfielder, advances the ball. Nice catch there. Coming through, the shot there in the goal. The goal by Jordan Gaspar. His second goal of the game, a beauty by Gaspar. Well, let's check it. Wait a minute. I beg your pardon. I believe that was Charlie Ballerino. Charlie Ballerino looks like got the goal. Ballerino, unofficially, we'll give him credit. 3-0. This goal comes at 7:57 of the second. So Franklin with that important third goal. It's a much big difference between 3-0 and 2-1 should they give one up. Now they have the 3-goal spread. They face off at midfield. Jim Carbonell, the official, sets it up. Tough draw here. And Franklin is going to go on defense as Max Eagles comes out with it. I'll tell you about Max Eagles. In the season, their face-off person has won 78% of the draws that he's taken. He just won another one there. Max Eagles, a senior. Whistle stops play. And it might be yet another penalty. We'll check this one out as it's going to be... Let's see, the official picked up his flag. I think it's going to be on the Panthers. We'll wait for the posting. There is a penalty, one called on Nick Crow for 30 seconds. So it's on Crow of Canton. And Franklin goes a player up for the first time. First penalty against the Bulldogs. Franklin has had two. Walsh to the top for Keelty. Right side ball knocked loose. Pass to the top. The wicked shot there. And the goal. The goal by Quinn Keelty. Keelty makes it 4-0 on the player advantage. Quinn Keelty, the fourth different Panther to score today. Two quick goals. That one came 45 seconds after the last Panther goal. This one comes at 7:12. That's when at 7:57. So Franklin on top now 4-0. Two goals in each period, but too quickly here, the matter of 45 seconds, almost midway through the second period. Little room now for the Panthers at 4-0. Remember, their face-off person, Eagles, is a great one. Franklin battling for it, and Franklin wins it. The Panthers come out with it. And they're going to send one upfield with the lead. Whistle stops play. Franklin will still have it. Now they're going to stop the action here. Referee not liking something. He's going to take the Panthers back to see what they can do here. They have it now with the lead with 7 minutes to go in the first half. This is fair weather. Fair weather. Shadows covering most of the right side of the field now. Some filtered sun still coming through. Ballerino out on the left wing now for the Panthers. Walsh now in the game for Franklin with the ball is number 4, Finn Mitchell, the senior. Ball is knocked loose. Here come the Bulldogs on the fly. Nick Crow races upfield. Crow drops it. Nice pass, good passing. Now the ball is kicked loose, and a great scoop there by Drew McCarthy, the captain. What a play by McCarthy to end that advance for the Bulldogs. But now the Bulldogs take it right back with 6:13 to go. Coming upfield is Nolan Harney. Harney will now hold. Harney switches off, takes it behind the goal. Under 6 to go now. Midway through the second period, 4-0 Franklin with the lead. Harney still holding, makes his move. Picked up by Walsh, can't go anywhere with it. Harney still faced off with Walsh. Nice play by Walsh. Back to Harney. Friedman in goal for the Panthers. Nothing's gotten through yet for the senior goalkeeper for Franklin. Canton is going to shoot, and that's a save by Friedman on the blast by Braden Dickey. Nice save, maybe the best one of the game for Friedman. Panthers take it up. Now it's picked off in there on the long pass, taken by Brandon Morris, the junior defender for the Bulldogs. They have trouble clearing it, and now they're going to work it out and get the clear. Nice play there, but now it's knocked loose. Conlon had a chance for it, picked up by Oysen Brogan. Brogan charges through. Good passing there right in front. The shot and the goal. Beautiful passing. And the goal by Cam Conley. What great passing Just one quick touch here and there. It is 4-1 as a wonderful goal by Cam Conley. And he is a junior. He scores at 4:42. So that's their first. 4 different Panthers have scored. Now the first goal by Conley. 4-1. Now the draw again. Battle for it. And Franklin is going to win it. Now it's stolen on the turf. Player goes down. Picked up on the dead run by Flynn Baker. Baker takes a couple of hits, keeps on moving. His pass is caught. Now it's dropped. The struggle for it is going to be out of bounds off of Keelty, and the Bulldogs will have it with 4:15 left. First half, 4-1. Pass is intercepted by the Franklin Panthers. Keelty, he's got a goal for Franklin with the ball to the shadow part of the field. Under 4 to go now in the second period. Franklin trying to get that goal they just gave up back. Under the goal it comes. The charge here, the shot, and the goal by Finn Mitchell. A beautiful goal. They do get it back right away. Finn Mitchell. Mitchell, not a starter, a senior. I don't think he started this game. He scores at 3:35, and it makes it 5-1. The 5th different Panther to score. How do you defend that when you have scoring capabilities from so many different players out there on the turf? 3:35 to go here in the second period. Franklin has gotten that goal back. Now they have that 4-goal lead again. The draw, tough draws here at midfield. Real scrum. And coming out with it for a moment, I believe was Owen Essam. And Franklin takes it back. Flynn Baker, so good in the midfield area. He's going to zoom one back. It's high, up for grabs, and picked off. Here come the Bulldogs again. With it is Paul Mellon. Mellon takes it down behind the screen. And let's see who they're going to give it to. First to the ball with the Franklin High Panthers with 3 minutes left here in the first half. 5-1 Franklin with the lead as Walsh goes to work. Nate Walsh. Back out deep to Keelty. Quinn. Whistle. Timeout called by Franklin. 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the first half. And it's 5-1 Franklin. Taking a look at the goal scorers in this one. In the first period, it was only 2-0. Already there's been 4 goals in the second period, only 2 total in the first period. Franklin scored the first 4 goals of the game, 2 in the first period, then 2 quickly in the middle portion of this period. And then Cam Conley scored for Canton, making it 4-1 at 4:42. Then just a minute and 17 seconds later, Finn Mitchell gets it back with a 5-1 score now. His goal coming at 3:25. Taking a look at the other games on the Franklin docket, we mentioned the many games they have with non-conference foes. And we mentioned Shrewsbury will be in town on Saturday, 11 o'clock. We'll have that one for you. The 26th, Franklin goes to Bishop Feehan. That's a 10 a.m. game. Franklin stays on the road on the 28th of April at Sharon, 3:45. On the road on the 30th at Stoughton. They're back home on the 30th against Stoughton, 3:45. Catholic Memorial on May 3rd there. Franklin on the road on May 5th at Mansfield. Franklin home to North Attleboro. That'll be May 7th. Franklin at BC High on May 10th. Franklin home to Attleboro May 12th. Franklin will be at Attleboro on May 12th. Franklin will host St. John's of Shrewsbury on May 16th. will be at KP, King Philip, on May 19th. We'll be hosting Longmeadow, always a great matchup, on May 20th. We'll be hosting Walpole, another good matchup, on May 21st. And we'll close out the regular season on the road at Duxbury on May 23rd. 8 of their next 15 games, non-conference matchups for Franklin. Play about to resume. 2:41 to go here in the second period. Franklin on top, 5-1. Field mostly covered in shadow now, some filtered sun. And this is Quinn Keelty. Down for Fairweather. Jack will drop it deep. Ballerino. Round it comes. Everybody getting a touch to Thomas Quinn. Thomas. He's going to shoot, and he's going to score. Thomas Quinn, the first Panther to be a multi-goal scorer here today. He's gotten the first goal and the last goal. Thomas Quinn makes it 6-1. The goal comes at 2:12. Only a minute, 13 seconds after the last Panther goal. Quinn lights it up for the second time. 6-1, Franklin now. 2:12 to go. Now the draw at midfield. Waiting for the Bulldog to appear. Sorry, it'll be Franklin with the ball. No draw. Beg your pardon. It's Keelty. 2 minutes left in the first half. Franklin. Structured offense now. Keelty checks over the defense in the middle of the field. Makes his move. Space closes. He's going to come through, gets the pass off. Coming through, losing it was Walsh. Picked up by the Panthers. The shot by Quinn. It's saved by Levis. A beauty by Levis. Under 90 seconds to go in the first half. And with it for the Bulldogs is Owen Morrissey, and he's fouled on the play. And now a whistle and another timeout called. This one, I believe, by Coach Tommy Galvin of Canton. So Canton will take the timeout and try to gather themselves. They don't want this game to slip away. Franklin has done what it's needed to do to pretty much keep the Bulldogs off the board. Only one goal, and that came just about 3 minutes ago by Conley. But the Panthers, the key to this game is they've kept their high-powered player, their best player, off the board. That's Cullen O'Brien, only a junior. And he's been silent so far. He had a couple of good shots. I talked to Coach Galvin about Franklin. I said, what do you think about your worthy opponent today? He said, look, this is something. We just want to keep the game close, he said. He said, Franklin is the epitome of the league. We said we want to be like them. How about that as a tribute from one coach to another team, calling Franklin the jewel of the Hockomock League. And he just feels that he's never beaten Franklin. This is his third year as head coach. And Franklin, of course, with that great record in the Hawk, I don't think they've lost a Hawk game going back 6 or 7 years. So he just wants to be like them. How about that for Coach Tommy Galvin? A good call out to the Franklin High Panthers and their great program and their head coach, Chris Baker. 1:21 to go here in the first half. 6-1 Franklin with the lead and the ball. They're going to take it up. I'm sorry, this is Bulldogs who get the ball. And with it is going to be Harney. Harney will take it down. Harney still holding. Drops it on the left side. Now it comes out deep. Way out top for Braden Dickey. Now out to Brody Baldiga. Brody makes his move. Picked up in there by the Panthers' Andrew Frollo. Baldiga drops it off. Ball comes out. Time winding down here in the first half. McCarthy Baker on defense. Behind the goal. Chased down in there by Harney. with just 25 seconds to go in the first half. Canton on offense. This is Dickey. Braden Dickey. It's saved by Friedman. Friedman loses it. It's in the air, and Friedman comes out with it with a point-blank save. He got the rebound, another shot, and he made the save with 4 seconds to go. That's the save of the game. Not just the first one, the second one on the rebound, and there's the horn, ending the first half of play. What a half. Franklin with 4 straight goals to open the game. Then they gave up 1 but came back with 2 more. We're going to pause here for a break, and we'll be back at Piscini Stadium for the start of the second half in about 9.5 minutes. Your score at halftime in boys lacrosse is Franklin 6 and Canton 1. We'll be back soon on Franklin TV with Franklin against Canton. Stay tuned for more action. in the offensive zone. What a beautiful save there by in the offensive zone. What a beautiful save there by Sam Friedman. And with it, to put it in play, will be Cullen O'Brien, their best player. This is he with it. He drops it down behind the goal. Pouchard, I believe. He takes a hit, ball loose, it rolls and picked up by Friedman. He was awake to get that rolling ball headed right towards him and beyond him to the goal, but he stopped it. Franklin trying to kill some penalty now. 9 seconds on the penalty left to Flynn Baker. Keelty to midfield. Panthers gets it up to Walsh. Nate on the drive on the right wing. He'll take it behind the goal. Ballerino swaps positions, comes out, leaves more space for not Walsh, who comes all the way around. Long possession by Walsh. Penalty is up for sure. Franklin playing even strength now. Keelty down low, taken there by Jack O'Connor of Franklin. The lights are on now here. The sun pretty much behind some clouds, getting a little lower in the sky as well, as O'Connor takes it. He'll drop it in front, loose ball. It's rolling and picked up by Levis in goal. Levis rolling out, leaves that goal empty. He's going to pass it. That goal is totally empty. Now Levis is going to retreat and gets the ball back. Wow, right in front. That was dangerous. The push there by Conlon, who tries to steal it, but it's recovered by Braden Dickey. And now the foul on Dickey, and Franklin will have it back. Franklin at midfield. Quinn Keelty with it. He'll drop it here for Conlon. Seamus behind on the baseline. Back to Conlon in front. The score in the goal. Conlon from Jordan Gaspar makes it 7-1. Beautiful play there as Seamus Conlon scores. The assist to Gaspar. Goal comes at 9:53 of the third. It's 7-1. And Conlon becomes the sixth Panther to score, all with one goal except for Quinn, who has two. 7-1, 9:53 to go. Again, a very physical face-off won by Eagles. He's a good one. He gets the ball loose on the right wing. He's going to be chased down there by, I believe, Pouchard, and he's going to take it down on the left side in front of the Franklin bench. The Bulldogs try to clear it to midfield. Now they take it back in. This is O'Brien. He's been held scoreless. Their best player. Out deep for Braden Dickey, the freshman. A lot of young players on offense, according to Coach Tommy Galvin of the Bulldogs. Harney is pushed back, dropped by O'Brien. He takes a wicked hit. Pushing back, Fairweather takes two hits. The ball is recovered by the Panthers. With it is Flynn Baker out of the penalty area. Baker. He spins around a one-hop pass. Fairweather can't get to it. Now it's going to be chased down there and picked up by O'Connor, but a whistle and a foul called. Let's see, it's going to be on the Panthers, and the ball will be turned over to the Bulldogs with 8:48 left in the third period. Pete Royce with you. Meredith Robertson producing today's game. Long pass out by Levis. It's incomplete, and Gaspar fights for it. It's kicked around, still on the turf, still down there, and now the Bulldogs come out with it, and they break it out into the offensive zone. O'Brien, nice pass in front. There's the shot. It's wide on the wicked shot by Oysen Brogan, the junior. 8:22 to go here in the third quarter. 7-1 Franklin. Here is O'Brien, the save by Friedman, and he freezes. How about that look by Captain Sam Friedman? But he loses the ball. He comes back and makes another beautiful save in the open field. He's taken a few bumps. That was a wicked shot there, delivered, I believe, by Gavin Bouchard. Sam Friedman has been outstanding in goal for the Panthers. Back to the back line it comes for Nick Crow. He can't handle it. Gaspar with the pickup for Franklin. He flips one back, and it's caught. Taken down there by Ethan Barnes, the junior. Barnes drops it on the right side. Whistle stops play, and it's going to be a violation against Franklin, and the ball will go over to the Bulldogs with under 7.5 to go in the third. 7-1 Franklin. Charging through with it is Jimmy Podgorski. He can't handle it, and taken back by Flynn Baker. One Panther was slow in coming up on his feet after taking a hit, and now it's going to be Barnes who takes a hit. Ball is popped high in the air, and Baker, I believe, or Gaspar, makes the save. For Frank, no, it was Ballerino, and a whistle and a timeout. So Coach Chris Baker calls the timeout. 6:57 to go here in the third quarter, and Franklin has increased its halftime lead, which was 6-1, to 7-1 here in the early action of the third period. We mentioned 6 different goal scorers. This is the way it came. Quinn opened it up, followed by a goal by Gaspar. That closed out the scoring in the first period, 2-0 Franklin. Then Ballerino and Keelty made it 4-0 Franklin before Cam Conley got the lone Bulldog goal of the game. It came with 4:42 left in the second period, and that put them on the board, trailing it 4-1. That's where we stood at that stage. And then Franklin scored the last 2 goals of the second period to open up a 6-1 halftime lead. And here in the third period, great ball movement. They found Seamus Conlon all alone in front of Jack Levis, the sophomore goalkeeper for Canton, and he buried it. And his goal came at 9:53. So only 1 goal here this period. So 2 in the first by Franklin, 4 in the second, and 1 in the third for their total of 7. Cam Conley gets the goal for the Bulldogs of Canton, and he's a junior, and his goal came, as we said, with 4:42 left. So Franklin looking to go to 5-0 on the season against a red-hot Canton team. They come to town winners of 4 straight after 2 losses, and one of those losses was by 1 goal. And so they very well could be 5-1. They lost to Hanover 9-8. They were blown out by Mansfield 15-2 on the opening game of the season. Franklin will have it with 6:57 to go in the third. They take it deep in the corner. O'Connor out top now for Nate Walsh. Walsh makes his move. He's going to shoot. It's wide, and the Bulldogs will be first to the ball, and they'll have it coming back the other way. Coming up on 6:38 here in the third period. Levis, he's been out of his goal a lot. He vacates it for a moment, now takes the pass. Looking for his options, uses the goal as a defense to ward off an attacker. He's going to launch one all the way upfield, and it's caught. And now in front, the whistle, the shot. That's an unbelievable assist by the goalkeeper. A beautiful pass, and it was scored there by Cam Conley. He's got both Bulldog goals. What a pass by Levis, the sophomore. He passed it up to one player who then found Conley all alone, and he scores at the 6:12 mark. A beautiful goal there, and it's now 7-2. Conley with 2 goals, the only 2. But you have to credit Levis, the goalkeeper. He launched one 75 yards upfield, and they cashed it in. Here's Eagles with the draw, and that's a penalty here against Franklin, and the Bulldogs will have it again. Their great face-off player has it. He's going to come through. His shot is steered wide. Now that was not Eagles. That was Morrissey, I believe, and his shot was wide. Yeah, that was Eagles who took the shot. He's going to go off. 6 minutes to go. 7-2. Franklin now on top by 5. That was the halftime lead at 6-1. Bulldogs now get it back out deep for Nolan Harney. He'll make his move towards the left angle. Cutter's coming through. Conley with 2 goals. With it is Harney. Nolan Harney. Whistle stops play. Violation against Canton. And the Panthers will have it deep in their own end. With 5:30 left in the third. 7-2 Franklin. This is Seamus Conley. He's got a goal. He's got the last Franklin goal. Loses the ball. Digs for it. Comes up with it. Gets the pass over. Is caught by Gaspar. And a whistle here. A legal touch, I guess. The ball will go back to Canton. They're going to run it out quickly. Oysen Brogan. This is he with it. The junior. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. The ball is dropped. Picked up in there by Braden Dickey. Dickey, a freshman. I mentioned how young they are on the offensive end. They have some returning defenders, and now a penalty is going to be called away from the ball. This is going to be on Franklin again. A delayed call as Dickey starts out. He's going to get a pass in the goal. They score it. 2 quick goals. And that one was pumped home by, you guessed it, Cam Conley. He's got the hat trick. 2 straight by Conley. And also the Panthers will be in the penalty area, and Canton will go a player up. That goal comes at 4:41. It's 7-3. Now just a 4-goal lead for Franklin. Cam Conley, a wicked shot there. Conley, a junior attacker. He's got all three of the Canton goals. Let's see, we're still waiting for the infraction. There was a penalty, but maybe there's nobody in the penalty area, so I guess it was somehow waved off. Maybe the goal changed it. I'm not sure what the rule is on that. There was a delayed call in progress, but on that call, Canton scored. So I believe they waved the penalty off. Here's Eagles back. 4-goal lead now. This is O'Brien. He's been quiet. He's going to loop one down deep. The shot there, it's wide, and Canton will stay on offense. Franklin has been digging in, but 2 quick goals in the matter of just over a minute and a half for the Bulldogs. They erase a 7-1 deficit, makes it 7-3. 4:16 to go. Franklin has not lost to Canton while Coach Galvin was coaching against Franklin. He's the Bulldogs coach. That's going back about 3 years. I don't think they've lost when he was an assistant coach for 2 more years before that. And now they're going to post the penalty on Drew McCarthy. So it is 1 minute for McCarthy. And here is O'Brien. His shot is blocked. The rebound comes to O'Brien. He's digging for it. He comes out with it. He spins through. He gets the shot off. No, he passed it off. And that was taken by Dickey. And the ball is controlled by the Bulldogs. Another pass is errant, and Franklin should have this. Let's see, how are they going to call this one? Yeah, it'll be Franklin ball. 36 seconds left on the penalty to Drew McCarthy. 3:51 to go in the period. A tough quarter. Franklin being outscored by the Bulldogs here in period number 3. 2-1. Panthers. Now the official comes in, and he's going to have a quick conference with some communication between the 2 officials, Jim Carbonneau and Stephen Steinsaltz. Are they going to turn the ball back to the Bulldogs? Yes, they are. The Bulldogs will have it. 36 seconds left. So a change of mind. They originally said Franklin, but then the official came over and said no. So the ball will go to the Canton Bulldogs, looking for 3 goals in a row. Cam Conley, all 3 goals. And he starts it off for Canton. They're a player up for the next 31 seconds. Here it comes. The shot there is wide on the blast by, you guessed it, Conley. And back for it is Cullen O'Brien. 28 seconds left on the penalty. O'Brien starts it out. O'Brien, behind the goal it comes. 20 seconds left on the penalty. The ball is mishandled as the player tried to shoot. He couldn't control it. That was Conley. It slipped away from him. The ball goes to Friedman, and the Panthers start out. They get it going. Jack Harrington in there. Now the ball is turned over. 3 seconds left on the penalty. Another penalty is called. The shot is wide. Another flag down. This is going to be a foul here. We'll see who they call it on. Could be yet another penalty. It is another one on Franklin. They're adding up. Quinn Keelty goes out for 30 seconds. With 3:12 to go. This has been a tough grind for the Panthers in quarter number 3. They lead it by 4. Luckily, they had that 6-1 lead. They had it at 7-1 early on in this period. But 2 straight has tightened things here. 3:12 to go in the third. Alums like Matt Lazaro assisting on the sideline, along with Jake Davis and Will Davis for Franklin. Coach Baker happy to have them along the sideline. Ball is dropped. Now it's going to go back deep, still on the turf. Eagles goes back for it. 15 seconds left on the penalty to Keelty. Ball is picked up by Eagles, and he starts it over to Braden Dickey. Dickey for O'Brien in front. The ball is mishandled. Friedman got a hand on it. Friedman tries to cover it, and he recovers it for the Panthers. Sam Friedman's been a great player out there today in goal for the Panthers. And he loops one. It is too high. It's going to go to the back line all the way upfield. It's going to be gathered in there by Brandon Morris. Morris, the junior, takes it behind. 2:24 left. The penalty is over to Keelty. Both teams at even strength now. And this is Levis way out of his goal position. He gets the pass complete to Dickey. Dickey off the left shoulder. Now deep for Conlon, their high-scoring machine. Out on the left sideline for Gauchard. And another penalty is called. Another flag called. This has been something. We'll take a look at this one. I believe it's on Franklin. Yet another one with 2:02 to go. So there'll be a player down yet again here in this third period. Franklin will be happy to see this third period come to a close. It's 30 seconds. This penalty is going to be on Alex Weber, the junior defender for Franklin, in the area for 30. 2 minutes left in the third. Taken out here deep by, I believe, Pouchard. Now out top for Brogan. For Dickey. Right side for O'Brien. O'Brien looking for his first goal. His shot is deflected. A one-hopper to the back fence with 7 seconds left on the penalty to Alex Weber. 1:39 left in the period. Pass for O'Brien. He's going to shoot and score. That's the goal scorer. We knew he had that scoring ability. Cullen O'Brien scores. Makes it 7-4. It was on the power play. It comes... Now, I think that the power was just over. Penalty was just killed when O'Brien gets the third straight goal for the Bulldogs. And that's O'Brien's first. He is their best player, according to Coach Chris Baker of the Panthers. And also confirmed by Coach Tommy Galvin of the Bulldogs. 7-4, 1:32 to go. Here come the Bulldogs again. They're going to take it up. O'Brien gets it again. It's knocked out of his hands. He's locked up in a struggle. He pushes somebody. Now he whacks at it. The ball is picked up there by Quinn Keelty. Keelty will start it up. Gets by 3. Keelty by 4. Nearing midfield. Keelty on the dead run to the right, and he'll take it down and slow it down for the Panthers with 1:05 to go here in the third. 7-4 now. Franklin by 3. They had a 6-goal lead early on in this period. Not anymore. as it's controlled by Walsh with 53 seconds to go right now. Walsh drops it out deep for Conlon. Conlon, the last Panther to score, their only goal came with 9:53 in this period, their only goal of the half. Conlon, 38 seconds to go, drops it back for O'Connor, the senior. Takes a screen from Conlon, comes through it. Passes on the left side, that's wide. Franklin will chase it back down. No, it's out of bounds. It's going to be off of Franklin. 25.6 seconds to go. The Bulldogs can creep closer, but it's dropped by Morris. Brandon Morris. 15 seconds left. Morris. It take a wicked hit there. No penalty. And coming out with it is Walsh. A strong hit disturbed the ball and knocked it loose as Walsh comes through. He takes a couple of hits. He still holds the ball. And now whistle stops play because the horn has sounded. Wow, what a period. The Bulldogs of Canton outscored Franklin 3-1 in that period. And after 3, the score now is Franklin 7, the Canton Bulldogs 4. A physical game for sure. A penalty-marred game against the Panthers, and that's helped bring the Bulldogs closer. The Franklin scoring machine, which had several different players score in the first half, they had 5 different players score, and Quinn had 2 of their 7 goals, has 2 of their 7, Gasper with 1, Ballerino with 1 unofficially, Keelty with 1, Mitchell with 1, and Seamus Conlon with 1. But it's the 1-2 combination of Cam Conley and Cullen O'Brien. That's closed the gap with 3 straight recorded by the Bulldogs, and they trail it 7-4. Well, anything can happen in the 4th period. You want to stay tuned for this one. A good game brewing here. Clouded up here at Franklin's Piscini Stadium. Temperature had dropped from 49 to 47 at the start of the 3rd period. It was 49 at game time. And with the wind, I tell you, there's some mighty brave fans in the stands here, all bundled up as they're withstanding the wind and the cold temperature. Still at 47 as we get ready for the final 12 minutes of this one. Franklin trying to protect a long winning streak against Hockomock League foes, and Canton trying to defeat the Panthers for the first time in, well, probably half a decade at least, maybe longer. 12 minutes to go. We'll see if the Franklin defense can continue to play hard and maybe force some turnovers. The territorial advantage in that whole period was clearly in the hands of the Bulldogs. They just dominated, and they uncorked some beautiful shots by Conley. And I'll tell you, Sam Friedman did his best to keep the Panthers within this 3-goal lead because he was peppered down low, made some knife saves, but he was kind of helpless on a couple of those beautiful shots turned up. Some great passing by the Bulldogs. Here in the 4th period, Franklin will go from left to right across your screen, and Canton in the green will go from right to left. 12 minutes to go, 7-4, Franklin on top. The battle for it with Eagles. It's a long battle. It's locked up, not much movement. Now it squirts loose, and Franklin gets it, and they're going to take it upfield for the Panthers. We'll check on that player. It's loose again, and it was whistled out for a moment. And it's going to go to the Bulldogs. As we get underway here in the 4th period, just 26 seconds in. So I believe, not sure who was on that draw for Franklin to win it. It might have been Ballerino, but here come the Bulldogs trying to creep closer, trailing it by 3. We're in the 4th period now. Dickey, he'll drop it back for the high-powered scorer, Cam Conley. Not even a minute gone here in the fourth period. Plenty of time in this one. Bulldogs with some new life. They got the momentum in this game. Conley takes it himself. Loops one for Harney. In front, the ball is dropped by O'Brien. A rare miscue by Cullen O'Brien. He would have had it up close. He couldn't handle it. And it goes into the net of Friedman. And he drops it for Tyler Crandall. Crandall to Friedman. His pass to the midfield area. Now it's up further to Keelty. Panthers could really use a goal. Here's Quinn Keelty. Quinn, he stops. And he'll set up the offense. Nice catch on the fly by the Panthers. Caught there by Cole McInerney. No, I'm sorry. That's Thomas Quinn. Quinn leaves it on the left wing for Walsh. Panthers take it behind the goal now. Gasper. Jordan takes a bump. He shoots. The cage is dislodged for a moment. The ball's going to go to Canton. And the goalkeeper is going to do some housekeeping around the net. The Bulldogs have it, under 10 to go. And they start up. This is Paul Mellon, the sophomore. Mellon charges up. Good speed by Mellon. Loops it on the left for Conley. I'm sorry, that was not Conley. That was Pouchard, I believe. Out top it comes. This is Conley with it. He's got 3 goals. O'Brien the other one. Passing through, the shot is wide on the blast there by Morrissey, and the Bulldogs will retain possession first to the ball and the back line. This is Conley with his 3 goals. Out deep it comes. Now to Brody Baldiga. Having some trouble with it there is Morrissey, Owen. Coming up on 9 to go. Morrissey in front, the shot there, the save, knocked away, picked up by the Bulldogs in the corner. So a lot of offense here by the young offensive team of the Bulldogs. They come out with it, charging it through. The feed in front for Conley. He couldn't control it, a little bit too high. And a whistle stops play, a foul called on Canton. Conley was in position. He leaped for it, could not come down with it. And the Panthers have it back. This is Ethan Barnes, the junior. On the right side for Quinn. Thomas looking for the hat trick for himself. 8:36 to go. Franklin 7, Canton 4 in the wind and cold at Bassini Stadium. Quinn, side to side. Drop back deep now for Walsh. Nate makes his move on the left side. Backed out for Keelty. Keelty switches. He's going to shoot. That's wide. And to the back line, let's see who they're going to give the ball to. I think to the Panthers with 8:11 to go in the period. Franklin has not scored since the 9:03 mark of the third period. They've gone over a quarter scoreless. This is Fairweather. Jack takes a couple of bumps. Drops it on the left wing. Going down to a knee was Keelty for Walsh. Now to Thomas Quinn. Here's Thomas coming in. He shoots very wide. Wicked ball. That's wide. And Franklin will have it again. Fairweather back for it for the Panthers with 7:53 to go in the fourth and final period. Pete Royce with you. Meredith Robertson with the sights and sounds for your viewing pleasure. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's been a great game. Here's Walsh for the Panthers. Nate comes through. He's going to shoot the one hopper, the save by Levis. It's rolled up and picked up on the run by Seamus Brown of Canton, and he loses it. And the Panthers will have it back. Nice defense. Gasper there, Ballerino there. For Fairweather, Jack around the screen, the pass in front, and the goal. What a beautiful pass by Fairweather. And I believe the goal was by Keelty. Quinn Keelty, that's the goal the Panthers wanted. Unofficially, we'll give it to Quinn Keelty. It breaks a long drought over a period. Goal comes at 7:24, and it makes it Franklin 8 and the Bulldogs 4. 8-4. Keelty with his second goal. It's unofficial, of course. We're up here in the press box, sometimes it gets pretty crowded down in scoring territory. But we'll give it to Keelty as best we could determine it. Here's the face-off. 8-4 Franklin now. Big goal for the Panthers. Huge goal for Franklin. And Eagles tries to win it, but it's stolen by the Panthers. They have some speed. They have the numbers. Now they're going to take it back out. The face-off person is going to go off. And it's going to be controlled by Jack O'Connor. O'Connor checks the defense. Lobs one on the left wing. 7 minutes straight up left in this one. Keelty. Quinn. Stutter step move. The left-handed shot is wide. Franklin there to take it back, and they'll have the possession continuing here. We're under the lights. The game started in brilliant sunshine. Now it's mostly cloudy and the sun beginning to set. 6:48 to go. This is Thomas Quinn with it. Quinn on the left side for Walsh. Nate Walsh operating there. Nate fakes through. He will not shoot. Gets it out for Keelty, who lost it, and Quinn comes back to recover it in front of the Franklin bench. Under 6.5 to go. We're almost midway through the fourth and final period. A lot of stutter step moves there. Coming through, the shot by Keelty is wide, and Fairweather is back for it for the Panthers with 6:15 left in the game. Franklin trying to go to 5-0 on the season. Canton trying to go to 5-2. Coming up on the midway point of the fourth period. The shot there by Walsh is wide, and Fairweather back for it for the Panthers. Franklin now with some offense brewing here in the middle stages of the fourth period. Third period belonged to the Bulldogs. Thomas Quinn whips it over to Quinn Keelty. Quinn for O'Connor. Ball is dropped. Battle for it, and now a penalty here. And we'll see who's going to go off in this one. We'll see who the penalty is against. Official is Jim Carbonneau and Steven Steinsaltz waiting for the penalty to be called. It's been quite a few penalties in this one. It's going to be against Franklin again on Quinn Keelty. So Keelty with the goal and now with the penalty. And Franklin will be a player down for the next minute with 5:43 to go. Could this give a little momentum to the Bulldogs? Trailing it by 4 again. Keelty in the penalty area for 1 minute. And the Bulldogs will have it. Oysen Brogan on the right wing, back out top. Comes back to Brogan. He takes some passing. A bump there. Ball is loose and Franklin wins it. Just a powerful hit by the Bulldogs. By the Panthers. That hit was put on by Jack Frigon. And the Panthers come out with it, killing some penalty minutes. This is Andrew Frollo. Frollo, the football player, takes it across midfield. Frollo loops it. Fairweather can't get it. Another penalty is going to be called. Let's check this one. There's 23 seconds left on the Quinn Keelty penalty. This one might be against the Bulldogs. We'll take a look on this one. Most of the penalties will be against Franklin today, but this one might be against the Bulldogs. We'll see. 5:06 left in the game. Franklin 8, Canton 4. And it's going to be on their great player, Cam Conley. He's going to go out for a minute and double penalty. Another one on Nick Crow. 2 penalties. Franklin will be 2 players up for the next 1 minute. Actually, a little less. There'll be 1 player up because they have a penalty themselves for Gaspar. He's got Quinn Keelty. He's got 23 seconds left. After that, Franklin will be up by 2. They're up by 1 player right now. In 23 seconds, they'll be up by 2 for about a minute and a half, a minute and 37. Timeout on the field. 5:06 to go in the game. Been a tough, penalty-marred game. Out in front for Quinn Keelty. 16 seconds left on the Keelty penalty. And there's the blast by Quinn, the save, the rebound, the shot, and the goal. A rebound goal, and Franklin scores it. It's Ballerino again. That's his second. Charlie Ballerino makes it 9-4. Ballerino scored it, and that's at 4:47. Unofficially, Charlie Ballerino, 9-4. Franklin with 2 goals here from the 7:24 mark on here in the fourth period. Now at 4:47 to go. Still 4 seconds left on the penalty to Quinn Keelty. And it will be the face-off at midfield, of course. These have been difficult face-offs. Eagles is their great face-off person. He's won 78% of them, and they're going to call a foul here, and the ball will go to the Bulldogs with 4:38 to go. 9-4 Franklin. This is Brogan. He'll drop it on the right side for Baldiga. Over to Brogan. A skip pass for Cam Conley. Coming up on 4:20 left here in the game. Been a difficult game. Nolan Harney. Ball is knocked loose on the ground. Going down was Brogan. He gets the pass off, and now whistle stops play. See what they're going to call here. On the field for a moment was Brogan. He was down for a moment. It's another penalty. Check who this one is on. Penalty marred game, especially in the second half. 9-4 your score. Check out the penalty. It's going to be on Franklin. It's going to be on Carter Balducci, the senior. He'll be in the penalty area for 1 minute. And once again, Canton goes a player up at 4:09 to go. But it's a 5-goal lead for the Panthers. Conley, he shoots wide. Rebound picked up in there by Friedman. Sam Friedman, he releases it to Alex Weber. The junior back to Friedman in goal. Back to Weber. A high looping pass caught by Weber. 6 seconds left on the penalty to Balducci. 2 seconds left. In front, the shot there, the save. Point blank save by Levis. Franklin almost had another one, but Levis denied Ballerino. 3:25 to go. Both teams at even strength now. Franklin has it in their own end. Spinning through is Keelty out of the penalty area. Quinn racing upfield. Keelty. He'll roll it. Picked up by Thomas Quinn. Quinn with 2 goals here today. Quinn charging in. Pass in front. Dropped by O'Connor. Never really picked it up. And on the breakaway on the left wing comes Tyler Kelly of Canton. Good to see Kelly. Remember, he was injured in the first half, and a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Tommy Galvin of Canton High School. So the Bulldogs have made it interesting here. Franklin, though, with 2 big goals by, we believe, Quinn Keelty, and that's his second of the game, and Charlie Ballerino, he has 2. 2 goals by Quinn, Keelty, and Ballerino. There was 6 of the 9 Panther goals. Gasper with 1, and Mitchell with 1, and Seamus Conlon with 1. For the Bulldogs, Cam Conley with 3, 1 in the first half, 2 in the third period. Third period was owned by Canton as they dominated the Panthers 3-1. And Cullen O'Brien, their tremendous player, he did light it up with 1 goal at 1:34 in the third. That made the third period 7-4 at that point to end the third. But Franklin has come back with 2 unanswered goals, and they've kept the Bulldogs off the board here in the second half. 2:49 to go. Remember, Franklin will be back in action here at Bassini Stadium on Saturday morning. We hope to see you here at the field. That's an 11 o'clock game against non-conference foe, the Shrewsbury High Colonials. And that should be a good one here at Bassini. We'll have that call for you here on Franklin TV. We'll be streaming on YouTube. 2:49 to go here in this one. Cold day. Franklin trying to keep their fans warm with protecting this lead. It'll be the Bulldogs with the ball in the offensive zone. And here they go on the right wing. This is O'Brien. Clock not the ally of the Bulldogs right now. Down behind is O'Brien. He comes through. He's going to shoot the shot, and it's saved by Friedman. Friedman's been outstanding. Yes, 4 have gotten by, but he's made a number of beautiful saves, including that underhand shot by O'Brien right there. High-stepping move here by a very athletic Flynn Baker. Baker comes through with 2:09 left. Baker, a field side-to-sideline pass. It's caught by Jack Fairweather. Fairweather circles through, gets some space, and he's going to bring it. No, he's going to keep going. A whistle and a foul called, and a timeout called. Timeout called by Coach Chris Baker, I believe, with 1:55 to go in the game. So Franklin had leads of 4-0, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, and then it was the comeback in the third period. 7-2, 7-3, 7-4. But here in the fourth, Quinn Keelty gets his second goal of the game, and Charlie Ballerino got his second goal of the game as well. 2 goals, the only 2 goals in the fourth period, as Franklin has opened it back up to a 9-4 lead with 1:56 to go. Remember, besides the Shrewsbury game here at Bassini on Saturday, a week from Saturday, Franklin will be at Bishop Feehan. So 2 consecutive Saturdays. This Saturday's game is at 11. The game at Feehan will be on Saturday, April 26th. That's a 10 o'clock face-off at Bishop Feehan High School. So the Panthers taking on the Shamrocks. Always a great matchup, no matter what the sport. And that'll be in boys lacrosse. And then Franklin will be on the road again on the 28th at Sharon, and then home to close out April against Stoughton on April 30th. A 3:45 face-off. So there's the schedule, upcoming games for your Franklin High Panthers. 1:55 to go here in the game, and it'll be the Panthers, I believe, with the ball. Yep, it's Franklin with the ball. And they're going to kill some clock here. Quinn Keelty circling back, backpedaling. Quinn holding on, gets by. One of the Bulldogs lost his stick. It was broken. He had to go back for it. Dropped the stick on the turf. Coming up on 90 seconds to go. Nice catch by Quinn, Thomas Quinn. Hounded by 2. Their goalkeeper is way out of position. That's their goalkeeper, leaving the goal totally unattended. Unbelievable. Nobody in goal. And there's the shot, and that's the harm there, and a penalty is called, and now some pushing, some head knocking, and another flag comes down. The goal by the Panthers by Quinn, I believe, and he took a hit. We mentioned that Levis, he's a young goalkeeper. He was way out of position, and I believe that was Quinn who got the goal, and then the flag started flying. The goal comes at 1:16. Penalties were 2 penalty markers were thrown. It's 10-4 Franklin. We got to sort out what's going on. This has been a penalty marred fourth period and second half really. And the 2 officials, Carbonneau and Steinsaltz, have had their work cut out for them here today. And so it'll be Steinberg and Steinsaltz and Carbonneau going over towards the sideline, try to sort this out as to who's going to be in the penalty area. 1:16 to go. Franklin in control, 10-4. And we'll see if it's just Franklin or just Canton or a mixture. The official is at the scoring table now, talking to the game administrator, Chris, for the Franklin High Panthers. It's going to be 2 penalties on Canton and 1 against Franklin. The penalties on Canton will go against Brandon Morris for a minute. Also going out will be Cam Gershuni for a minute. And for Franklin in the box will be Luke Mallow, the junior midfielder, for a minute. So Franklin will be a player up for 1 minute. And then it'll be even for the final 16 seconds of this game. 10-4, all over but the shouting here at Varsity Stadium. A lot of penalties here in this second half. Franklin, though, will have, now they're going to wipe the penalties off the board. I don't know what happened there. The 3 penalties were posted. Now all of that information comes off, and now a penalty is thrown. A penalty is thrown again on the sideline here. It looked like the referee was talking to the Canton bench, and a flag was thrown. And that's going to be another penalty for 3 minutes this time on Cam Gershuni. He's going to go out for 3. Let's check that. No, it was not. It was on. That was on Thomas Quinn and not Gershuni, but Brandon Morris. And now they're going to flag Quinn for a penalty. It's Quinn out for 3 minutes for Franklin, and Gershuni for 2. This has been penalty marred. Here's Harney for the Bulldogs. 10-4. Coming up on the final 105 of this one. Another flag goes down. Yet another penalty. A very physical game here today. And this one, I believe, is going to be on Franklin. I think it's going to be on Andrew Frollo. And he comes out. So Frollo will give the Bulldogs a player advantage. Frollo out for 2 minutes. That'll take him the rest of the game. He'll be gone. Thomas Quinn is gone for the rest of the game. And player up for the final 103 for the Bulldogs. Very physical play here in this one. And now whistle stops play again. The official over at the scoring table, trying to sort things out. A lot of red lights on the scoreboard, I'll tell you that. And the official now talking to the Canton bench. So this has been a difficult grind here in the 4th period. The whole second half was a grind. It looks like we're about ready to start the final 103 here at Varsity Stadium. Franklin 10, the Bulldogs of Canton 4, 103 to go. Finally, we're going to resume some action with Canton having the ball in the offensive end. And the official now pushing the Panthers on the sideline back to their bench, so we're still not ready. Now we go. Final minute. Canton with it in front. The shot there, the save. Ball is loose, knocked around, picked up by Friedman. He releases on the left wing for O'Connor. Under a minute to go. O'Connor gets the pass in open space, but it's dropped. And now it's going to be picked up by the Panthers. In there for Franklin is Jack Frigon. He takes another a Bulldog goes down, and a whistle stops play with 34 seconds to go. The ball will be turned back to the Bulldogs with 34 seconds left. Tough game here today. Canton in the offensive zone. This is Eagles. Eagles, the shot, it's wide. Ball is going to be chased down, and O'Brien gets to it for the Bulldogs with 23 seconds to go, and O'Brien will put it in play for Canton. O'Brien, he has a goal today. He's going to shoot, and it's wide to the back line with 18.1 seconds left. Chased down by Harney. It'll be Canton with the ball. 10-4. In front, Conley back out for Eagles. His pass is lost and taken back by Franklin. This should close it out for the Bulldogs. With the steal there for Franklin was Drew McCarthy. It's going to be taken down, and there's the horn, ending the game. A difficult game comes to an end, and the team out to greet Sam Friedman. He was one of their stars as Franklin wins it 10-4. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank our producer, our director, our camera operator today, Meredith Robertson. This is Pete Royce saying so long from Piscini Stadium on the campus of Franklin. We'll see you Saturday at 11 for Franklin and Shrewsbury. Till then, the final score for the final time, Franklin 10, Canton 4. Till next time, so long, neighbors.